Orlando, Florida, Germany's next big manufacturing center in the United States. You might have heard a lot about Orlando because of its enormous amusement park industry, or because its thriving shipping hub is a central location in Florida which easily reaches both the east and west coast. What's more, Orlando is one of the busiest American cities for conferences and conventions. The options are endless for a city with such a small skyline. The costs of living in Metro Orlando are lower than the national average. With the U.S. average at an index of 100, Orlando's grocery index is 95.3, and its housing index is 87.8, according to ACCR data from 2004. As stated by Labor Cost Index points, the U.S. has about 4 points less, showing a clear picture of lower labor costs in the U.S. in comparison to Germany. Cost of labor in Orlando would be lower due to the lower cost of living. Driving around Orlando doesn't get expensive either. It has very low gas prices in its metro area, 50 cents lower than the national average of $3.93. Both Germany and Orlando, Florida already have a strong business history, so this would be just another pro for future German companies seeking low transportation costs within and around Orlando. Although Orlando has grown significantly over time, it still continues to expand. By 2020, the Central Business District is expected to include a distinct, family-oriented portion of downtown Orlando, complete with theaters, galleries, museums, and parks, as well as office and retail space. This is good for economic growth and the buying power of its city's inhabitants. According to the Vice President of International Business Development at the Metro Orlando Economic Development Commission, Carmen Gonzalez, there is so much potential to grow business investment and trade between Orlando and Germany, which are already strong economic friends and share many of the same priorities for future economic growth. However, the most important factor growing in Orlando is its jobs, with the nation's second highest 10-year job growth rate. This shows there is a large existing pool of educated individuals that companies would have to choose from. Along with this job growth rate comes great diversity. Orlando is home to one of the most diverse populations in the country. This, in and of itself, is a great attraction internationally, bringing families from around the world to unite with the families in Orlando. This adds to the options for companies while hiring because they will not only have a large educated mass, but also a more diverse group of people from which to hire. Florida has a wide variety of German restaurants, along with the German American Society, and large-scale Oktoberfest celebrations held twice a year in Orlando. This will help the German employees to feel more comfortable with moving to the city because they feel more accepted and at home. To cater to the large international attractions in the area, the Orlando International Airport is continuing to grow tremendously. Now with 44 international destinations, the airport is a booming international market. They have recently acquired new services to places such as Norway, Freeport, Belfast, and Lima. The airport currently covers approximately 13.5 thousand acres and has 16 international gates. All of these new modifications and expansions will be hugely beneficial to manufacturing companies for shipping their goods and employees at low costs. Germany is Florida's third largest trading partner. As of 2006, the two regions generated approximately $6.8 million in trade with each other. Nevertheless, Orlando has much more to offer than just its tourism industry. There are low costs for doing business in Orlando, as well as 2,200 manufacturing companies that have already set up shop in the Orlando area. The high distribution advantage that the city has gives it an edge over other cities around the U.S. Metro Orlando also has about 67.9 million square feet of industrial space that companies could take advantage of. More than 200 German companies operate in the state, employing approximately 20,500 people. The largest of these is Orlando-based Siemens Power Generation, which worked with local officials to establish direct flights through Lufthansa. Overall, Orlando has appeal, from its people, to its location, to its quality of distribution across all modes of shipping. Why would there be a need to go anywhere else?